is the fiery Ryan!
That conservative crime fighter joined once again by the Arachnid Vigilance.
The Mystic Order of Arachnid Vigilance, member number 5706, joining Crime Fighter here for a match featuring Ryan Phoenix, who's held a championship about everywhere in Central Illinois, and some places not so much in Central Illinois. He's held belts everywhere. Quite a competitor we got here. He was our Wrestler of the Year before. You're about to see quite a matchup no matter who he's facing. He could face a broom and we'd have a good match. Speaking of which, here we go, Chris Hazard.
And this is a rematch that we held on this program a couple of weeks ago. That Chris Hazard had basically destroyed Ryan Phoenix in a match that went all over Bellevue Plaza. Chris Hazard actually tried to use a sledgehammer on Ryan Phoenix the last time out. What in the world?
Apparently he thinks it's amateur wrestling and he wants to be on bottom. He having a flashback to his high school days. I don't know what's going on. Quite frankly, Jorts McGee checking the tights and the ankles and everything else of Chris Hazard.
With the wrist tape, I guess. And here we go.
Here we go, here on lock up. Phoenix is going to try, just outpowered. You know, when you get a lockup with a guy like this, you got to try to reverse it into a wrist lock or a go behind quick. Phoenix, in that leverage, you can't get into a power game. Shoving match, he is not going to win that. Phoenix is a lot of things, but more powerful than Chris Hazard is not one of them.
Chris Hazard and Ryan Phoenix alumni with NGW. And the clothesline on the gravel after Phoenix ran head first into the one of the supports to this tent. All around this ring, it's gravel. There's no mats.
That's even worse than falling on concrete in many ways. You might not break a bone as easily, but man, the cuts and the scrapes.
Oh no!
Oh my God, Phoenix needs to get back in the ring. I don't know what his strategy is, but being out there near that gravel is not a good one.
Yeah, he just got backdropped into the gravel. I believe Phoenix is still having issues with one of his knees. He's been favoring it of late.
Another big back body drop.
The man, Chris Hazard, drops an elbow.
Phoenix is up, trying to get to the outside of the ring again. It looks like, why would you do that? Maybe he's trying to get to the ropes for a break. George McGee is not going to give you a break, though. That kid is too green to do a rope break too easily.
Oh, big chop of Chris Hazard. I mean, this war, the match they had last month in Bellevue was very brutal, and it looks like they picked up where they left off so far in this contest. Oh. Phoenix with a hard chop in the corner, but Hazard just shrugs it off.
I don't know if this is a good strategy to get into a striking match with Chris Hazard. He's obviously much more powerful than Ryan.
And there's a spear in the corner. And down into the gravel, Phoenix goes.
He needs to get back in that ring as soon as possible. Phoenix is a brawler, but being on the outside of this match is just not favoring him. I think Chris Hazard may be a better brawler than Ryan Phoenix. He's going to have to rely on his speed and his technical ability.
Into the post goes Ryan Phoenix, and Phoenix jumps right back in the ring. Just trying to get a little distance to compose himself, but Hazard back on the attack with a big snap suplex. And Phoenix is just
almost a 3 count.
Phoenix
doesn't know where the hell he is.
And Phoenix has not been on his game at all.
It's probably hot out there. He's usually He's used to wrestling during the nighttime. Maybe it's just not his sleep schedule, you know?
But he's wrestled many a times in the pressure cooker that is the Bellevue Plaza on a hot summer day. The only difference is we're outside.
Oh, no. Whoa! Sunset flip powerbomb, I guess you'd call that.
Right off the top rope.
Now, this might even be able to finish Chris Hazard off, but what this is going to do is buy Ryan Phoenix some time so he can recover and maybe get on a roll with some offense finally. That's really the first offense we've seen this whole match. Cover, 1, 2, 3. Oh, not quite. I really thought he might have gotten with that one.
Ryan Phoenix.
Powerful. Got himself a snap mirror.
Hard kick to the back of the head.
Now he dropped him on the back of his head with that power bomb. Now with that big strike, I think he's not going to go for the cover. I think he's smart enough to know that if that power bomb didn't do it, that kick's not going to do it either. He's going to follow up, maybe a brain buster here.
It's holding him up there.
Now
vertical suplex.
Now he didn't drop him on his head right there, but what he was doing. You hold him up in that delay, all the blood rushes to your brain, that makes your equilibrium mess up. That makes you dizzy. When you've already taken damage to your head, that can equal a victory.
That referee count 3 and just started 0 when he struck the mat? Good. I sure didn't notice at the time that this match was filmed. There's a hard chop from Ryan Phoenix. Knee strike to the head.
Just got a pepper in him with the smaller blows. Oh.
Slap to the face. That was a slap to the face.
That's just going to wake the big man up. I don't know if that's a wise move on Phoenix's part. He doesn't hook the leg either. He's not taking him seriously right now. Now, do we have a different Ryan Phoenix in GAW than we do in the other places?
He has been operating kind of... He still has the love of the fans in Bellevue, but he has been acting, he's been far more aggressive than he's been. Of course, Chris Lee doesn't like to hear it. Certainly the promoters of GAW don't like to hear it, but I do a Mid-South mentality may still be in the mind of Ryan Phoenix. And with how aggressive that he's been at the Bellevue Plaza,
that's be having flashbacks to getting cut up by Ian Rotten and getting his ass beat by Jason Hades. That brawl was quite a brawl. You remember Marcus Crane spit his own blood in his face in that building. I can imagine you get pretty aggressive when you're put back in that place. It's almost like post-traumatic stress disorder for Ryan Phoenix, I imagine.
That's the best explanation I've ever heard on that one.
Oh, this match is going to be over, though, if this big man can hit a high-flying move. That's the thing. Cruisers do those high-flying moves, but if the big man hits one, it's over.
Flying elbow does not hit its target. Ryan Phoenix just rolls out of the way.
You got to believe if you would have hit that right on that man's heart, this would have been over. His life could have been over if he dropped an elbow like that on a man's heart the right way.
Ryan Phoenix going for his finishing maneuver in the corner, but Hazard with I think an F5?
No, it was more like
That's it.
Carry into a forward spine buster or a sidewalk slam. He didn't drop him on his gut, he dropped him straight on his back.
And that was enough for the 3 count. It's over. Chris Hazard, your winner, wins the 2nd in a row against Ryan Phoenix.
So that means we're going to have that match you mentioned earlier. Chris Hazard against 2.
The Dixieland Destroyer for the #1 contendership for the GAW Championship.
When is that?
That'll go down Friday, September the 9th in Bellevue, Illinois at the Bellevue Plaza. For more details, go to mygaw.com or facebook.com/GreatAmericanWrestling. Ryan Phoenix thinks he's won.
I'm telling you, there's something. Maybe Ryan Phoenix is too close to home. He partied a little bit before he came here. This is not the Ryan Phoenix I'm used to seeing in New Midwest or up.
This is GAW.
Yes, maybe he's just not taking the brand seriously after this rebirth He's almost like a party guy right now.
All right, we'll be back in a moment.
All right, as the Mystic Order Ranking Vigilance has stepped out for a moment, we'll put a spotlight on what's coming up on August 6th in Forest City, Illinois at the Jubilee Park. Wrestlers who established pro wrestling in Peoria. No, not guys like Eric Allen who claim they're from Peoria. No, these are the real deal people who established pro wrestling in Peoria. It started with extreme amateur wrestling that evolved into the Thunder Wrestling Federation. They evolved into Next Generation Wrestling. They're going to gather for a doubleheader, 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. in Jubilee Park in Forest City, Illinois on August the 6th. Come on out, check it out. It is free admission, and you can get more information by looking up Wrestling Reunion Show on Facebook. And look at this, Andy Roberts. Well, this is supposed to be a street fight, and Andy Roberts is supposed to be taking on Central Illinois Wrestling Hall of Famer Apocalypse. And Andy Roberts coming in from behind with a wrench and just bashing him in the back of the head and the neck. This is supposed to be a street fight. And Andy Roberts pounding away in the back of the head of Apocalypse, pushes him in a ring and continues the assault. My gosh! Apocalypse is organizing this wrestlers reunion, and Andy Roberts is going to make sure that he can't share the moment with the other wrestlers of Peoria. And look at this. Here comes Deacon Hobbs, and Andy Roberts is inserting a chair. Apocalypse's head is in that chair. Oh no! This bloodthirsty crowd encouraged Andy Roberts to stomp that chair and damage the neck of Apocalypse. His brother's in the ring, Deacon Hobbs, to check on him. My gosh, this match never got started. We're going to take a quick break. Catch the Nosebleed Seats TV on demand anytime. Just go to stlwc.lip.tv. Select your episode, watch, and enjoy the show. The NBS TV on stlwc.lip.tv. We're back. Apocalypse is being helped from the ring. And look at Andy Roberts is back out here with a chair.
Officially, this match never started. I'm not shorting you people, and I have a feeling there's somebody in the ring right here that'd be willing to pick up where his brother left off.
Well, Doug DeForest just made an alternative match. It's going to be Deacon Hobbs versus Andy Roberts in a street fight. Well, this referee is trying to turn it into just a regular matchup. Jonathan Napier trying to push Andy Roberts into the ring. Andy Roberts damaged the neck of Apocalypse, Central Illinois Hall of Famer. And Deacon Hobbs going to the attack on Andy Roberts. Interestingly enough, it was 1 year ago that Andy Roberts announced his retirement from the ring, and here he is back again. Deacon Hobbs rams Andy Roberts into the corner and is stomping a mud hole in him. Referee George McGee, as Mova called him, pulls him off of Andy Roberts. Andy Roberts trying to get out of dodge. Andy Roberts picks up another chair. There's more than one referee, and Andy Roberts just went berserk. Well, the other official just pulled that chair out of his hands. I thought this was a street fight. Andy Roberts misses the elbow as Deacon Hobbs gets back in. Irish whip, reverse. Deacon Hobbs with a kick, but
Oh, shoot.
collapses. And there's a drop kick to the leg. Something happened to Deacon Hobbs as the leg gave out on him when he fired that kick. I mean, this is only his second match back. He's only had one match since coming out of retirement.
That's it. He tapped.
It looks like we've got a submission here. I think these officials are trying. I don't think the officials are. I think the officials actually threw the match out. They're not calling this a submission. And look at this. Andy Roberts jammed a chair. I don't know who that was that just tried to jump into the ring, but Andy Roberts jammed a chair in there. And now Andy Roberts is trying to break the leg of Deacon Hobbs. We're gonna have to get more wrestlers out there to break this up. This is ridiculous. Andy Roberts just destroying Deacon Hobbs, trying to make sure that he doesn't make the wrestlers reunion either. I mean, the manager out there, JP, who's with Apocalypse, is just completely useless, didn't do anything. Just completely ineffective on trying to stop this assault. And now it looks like we have another injury. Neck injury to Apocalypse, leg injury to Deacon Hobbs. Carnage by one, Andy Roberts. Looks like we're going to have to get some help for Deacon Hobbs. I'm going to step out for a second. We'll be right back.
He hails from the deep south, weighing in at 424 pounds. This is the Dixieland.
Feature matchup time.
Nobody's gonna take your chair.
That's our colleague Chris Lee speaking out there. Dixieland Destroyer coming through the ring. Always a rough customer.
Yes, a lot of people here tune into the local public access to listen to old men complain about the local government. I think Dixieland's political persuasion is clearly shown in that Confederate flag he wears on his face. He believes we were wrong. The South was wrong by the North a long time ago. Not a fan of the land of Lincoln here in Illinois. Probably why he wrestles in the land of Lincoln, to take out his hate upon the former president.
And the Yankees, of course.
And the Yankees.
And here's his opponent. No stranger to Dixieland Destroyer, Dan the Man. Bantamweight, sized wrestler, and a one-lung superhero.
His power comes from the fans. He comes from the fans cheering. He can slam a man twice the size of the Dixieland Destroyer if only the fans get behind him. He's gonna squish him like a bug. Now the cape is just for show, some people think, but he can actually fly when he wears that cape. He does not wear that while he wrestles because it is illegal to fly like Superman in the sport of wrestling. That's actually in the handbook of the Central Illinois.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. The one I just made up in my head.
Well, Dixieland Destroyer just shoves down the much smaller Dan the Man.
He doesn't have those fans behind him yet, so he's not very strong yet. Let's see if he fares better. Oh, calling for a test of strength. Now can Dixie reach him? Oh, there we go, high five.
Dan the Man with his 13-inch pythons. Well, Dan the Man needs a little boost.
Hey, he got it. Good for that. Now that he got it, he's obviously going to outpower the big man. He's just gold bricking right now. He's luring him into a sense of false security.
He just had the referee fetch his cape and put it around his neck.
Whoa, look at that. Pure power from that cape.
And you said wearing the cape was illegal. Well, apparently he's wearing it now.
The cape is fine. It's the flying he's not allowed to do. And he's actually flying upwards. That's how he's outpowering the Dixieland Destroyer. That's physics. You should pay attention in high school, kids.
I see. Irish whip. Swing and a miss.
Now, is that an Irish whip or a Southern?
I guess it's a Southern whip.
Flying head scissors. Now, see, that flying is legal. He just can't propel himself forward. That would be illegal.
Well, it's a head scissor takedown from Dan the Man. And a drop kick.
Big drop kick. He still can't get the big man down, though. Wheelbarrow into a...
Tries for a bulldog and gets powerbombed in the process.
Thunder driver right there. He didn't look for that pin because he threw him halfway across the ring.
Quick reminder, GAW returns to the Bellevue Plaza in Bellevue, Illinois on August the 12th. Be sure to check out mygaw.com for the details of that show as Dixieland Destroyer
Come on, DTM!
tries to sit on Dan the Man and ends up sitting on the second row.
Triangle drop kick sends the big man to the outside, but still not off his feet. Now he's got to be careful. There's gravel there on the outside.
The fans are going to have to get out of the way too. It looks like Dan the Man to the top.
Oh!
Flying.
Or known to be a son of flipping senton.
It's a suicide dive regardless, and Dixieland Destroyer's down in the gravel and all covered with rock dust. Well, Dixie's looking pretty messy now.
I think he just threw some of that gravel in his face.
And into the railing. That's cattle railing is what that is.
Midwest champion Ryan Phoenix filming on his phone. He can't do that, can he? Is that legal? Anyone give him permission to do that?
That's officially the backstage area, but
Oh, hard hit.
hard headbutt from Dixieland Destroyer. I don't know what the series is between these two men. I think it's kind of 50-50. Referee out of position to count. George McGee, yep. George McGee out of position to count that chokehold that Dixieland Destroyer has 350 pounds on the neck of Dan the Man. Dan the Man thrown into the corner.
What we got here? Oh,
Belly to belly slam. And he doesn't go for a cover here. Referee counted one, but Dixie just did not go for a cover.
he's like a bear playing with something. I don't know, like a cat playing with a dead mouse almost.
Dixieland Destroyer, I don't know if he's taking Dan the Man seriously. He should know for a fact that he's been beaten by Dan the Man. He should know better. Oh, forward Russian leg sweep.
Yes, that was his speed move.
He's trying to stop him.
Oh, the senton does not work.
Dan the Man keeps getting out of the way.
Oh, squish him like a bug, roll through, double stomp, and whoopee cushion.
2. Dixieland Destroyer just pushes him off easily.
He almost squeezed his intestines out of his butt. using that that whoopee cushion maneuver.
Dixieland Destroyer runs into the corner. Wow, I don't. The referee should not have counted.
Hands outside the rope.
The hand was under the bottom rope. The referee should not have counted.
Oh, that's okay. He didn't get him anyway. Dan the Man using leverage to his advantage to flip that, just that monster. What else do you call him? Speaking of monster, looks like he's about to murder someone. Ooh.
The Umaga Splash.
He's not done.
Ooh, a knee to the head.
Dan the Man. I almost said Dead the Man. That's about right.
Somebody's gonna need a bath in the morning.
Big knee to the head.
And there's that senton he was looking for earlier. This match is over, absolutely. There's no way. You can count to 100. He doesn't need to make the count right away.
And Dixieland Destroyer is taking too much time going for the cover because Dan the Man kicked out.
He feels the power of those fans. This is what I was talking about earlier. Dan the Man would have been gone if not for these fans' support.
I don't know what Dixieland Destroyer is thinking. I mean, Dan the Man has beaten him before. He should be trying to put him away as fast as he can.
Oh, he's going to go for that gorilla press or scoop slam. Oh, my Lord! That's what I was talking about. The support of these fans gives this man superhuman strength. He's like an ant. He can lift his own body weight 10 times over.
That was 3 times his body weight there. Drop kick to the,
Beat that guy.
the tailbone.
Chris Lee, our colleague, suggests he feed that man, and Dan the Man responds by feeding Dixieland a drop kick. I think he was referring to Dan the Man because he's so skinny, but Dan the Man doesn't need food. Like Superman, who survives off the sun, Dan the Man survives off the love of the fans.
And whatever he was going for, Hurricane Raw off the top rope didn't work.
Hurricane Frog fails. Canadian or Southern Destroyer, rather.
Canadian Destroyer. And this should be it. And good night. Dixieland Destroyer gets the pinfall on Dan the Man.
You can talk about fan support all you want. Someone that size is flipping pile driver on the top rope. You're not getting up no matter what. Oh, Dan the Man's all right. That could be a hiatus for God knows how long. Dropping.
All right, the next GAW event will be on Friday, September 9th at Bellevue Plaza.
Bellevue, Illinois, #1 contender for the GAW Heavyweight Championship as Ryan Phoenix goes in to check out Dan the Man. He destroyed, a couple months ago, he just absolutely killed him in the infamous match at the Bellevue Plaza. But
Next GAW event, September 9th.
Bellevue Plaza, be sure to check out mygaw.com or look for GAW Pro on Facebook. And that'll do it for this week on the Nosebleed Seats. I'm Max Server Crime-Fighter. He's Mystical Arachnid Vigil 5706. We will see you next week.
Eat your vegetables.